solving quadratic equations by extracting the square roots. The square root property. If x squared is equal to c, then x is equal to positive square root of c, or x is equal to negative square root of c. We are going to use this square root property in solving some quadratic equations. Let us recall this property of radicals. If n is a positive integer and a is the positive where n is even, then the nth root of a close parenthesis raised to n is equal to the nth root of a raised to n, and this is equal to a. This n is called index, and when the index is equal to the exponent of a, then the answer is a. Example, the fourth root of x raised to the exponent of 4, the index is equal to the exponent of x, so the answer is x. Another example, the square root of x squared. It is understood the index here is 2, but we usually don't write 2 anymore. It's understood. So the square root of x squared is x. A radical expression is considered simplified when the radicand has no square factor or is not a fraction. Example number 1, the square root of 15. Let us factor 15. 15 is equal to 3 times 5. 3 is not a square factor because we cannot extract the square root of 3 exactly. 5 is not a square factor. We cannot extract the square root of 5 exactly. In other words, they are not perfect square integers. So, the square root of 15 is already simplified. Number 2 example, the square root of 18. Now, this is not yet simplified because we can still factor 18 into 9 and 2. 9 is a square factor because we can extract the square root of 9 exactly. This is equals to positive and negative 3 square root of 2 because the square root of 9 is 3. So we put it outside, and then 2 remains under the radical sign. So the answer is positive and negative 3 square root of 2. Example number 1. X squared minus 9 is equal to 0. The first thing to do is to isolate x squared. We can do that by getting rid of negative 9 from the left side. And we can get rid of this negative 9 by adding 9 to the left side and to the right side. So plus 9, plus 9. Negative 9, positive 9 is 0. And 0 plus 9 is, of course, positive 9. So we have now x squared is equal to 9. We can now apply the square root property. Find the square root of the left side and find the square root of the right side. So the square root of x squared is equals to positive and negative square root of 9. But we already know that the square root of x squared is x, and then the square root of 9, 3. So positive and negative 3. So the answers x is equals to positive 3 or x is equal to negative 3. You can remove the positive sign before 3. We can just say x is equal to 3 if we like. And then x is equals to negative 3. Example number 2. X squared minus 12 is equal to 0. First, isolate x squared. Get rid of negative 12. We can get rid of negative 12 by adding 12 to the left side and to the right side. Plus 12 plus 12. This will become 0 because negative 12 positive 12 is 0, and this will become 12 because 0 plus 12 is positive 12. So we have x squared is equal to 12. We can now apply the square root property. The square root of x squared is equal to positive and negative square root of 12. We can still simplify this. Let us factor 12. The factors of 12 are 2 and 6, 4 and 3. Now you can see that 4 is a square factor because it is a perfect square integer. We can extract its square root exactly. So we have square root of x squared is equals to positive and negative square root of 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. The square root of 4 is 2. Write it before the symbol of square root or the radical sign. And then leave 3 under the radical sign. So we have x is equals to positive and negative 2 square root of 3. So we have x is equals to positive 2 square root of 3 or x is equals to negative 2 square root of 3. We can just write 2 square root of 3 without indicating the positive sign here if we like. Example number 3. 3x squared minus 24 is equal to 0. The first thing to do is to get rid of negative 24 from the left side. And we can do that by adding 24 to the left side and to the right side. But there is another way of getting rid of negative 24. We can just transpose negative 24 to the right side and change its sign from negative to positive. Let's do that. So we have 3x squared is equals to 24. Negative 24 is now positive 24 on the right side. And then divide the left side and the right side by the coefficient of x squared, which is 3. So divided by 3, divided by 3. So we have now x squared is equals to 8. Then extract the square root of the left side and the right side. So the square root of x squared is equals to positive and negative square root of 8. But we can still simplify the square root of 8. So we have the square root of x squared is positive and negative square root of 4 times 2 because 4 times 2 is 8. We can extract the square root of 4 exactly. The square root of 4 is 2. Write 2 before the symbol of square root or radical sign and leave 2 under the radical sign. So we have x is equals to positive and negative 2 square root of 2. The answers x is equal to positive 2 square root of 2 or x is equal to negative 2 square root of 2. Example number 4. X minus 3 close parenthesis square minus 18 is equal to 0. So the first thing to do Transpose negative 18 to the right side of the equation. Negative 18 becomes positive 18. So x minus 3 close parenthesis square is equals to 18. Next, extract the square root of the left side and the square root of the right side. So the square root of x minus 3 close parenthesis square is equals to positive and negative square root of 9 times 2. 9 and 2 are the factors of 18. The square root of 9 is the 3, so write 3 before the radical sign and then leave 2 under the radical sign. So we have x minus 3 is equals to positive and negative 3 square root of 2. Next, transpose the negative 3 to the right side and change the sign. So negative 3 becomes positive 3 on the right side. So we have x is equal to positive and negative 3 square root of 2 plus 3. So the answers, x is equals to positive 3 square root of 2 plus 3, or x is equals to negative 3 square root of 2 plus 3.